I've done it. If this was a video game, you could say that we have officially unlocked Friday. And TGIF, if I may say so myself. I am James, you are you, we are here for another Friday edition of what? Of At Home with James. And you and I know, from me to the guests, to everyone out there in twitch.tv/At Home with James land, we all know that Friday is generally a pretty good night for the show. We have some comedy, we have some conversation, we've got a bit of everything. And both of those things are on tap this evening. It is Friday, August 28th. We are coming to a bitter end of the summer season. Now, which side of the spectrum do you fall on? Are you someone that is relishing in the final vestiges of the heat and the humidity and the warmth? Are you enjoying waking up in the morning, stepping onto your balcon, as our French friends happen to say, looking up to the heavens, noticing the sky, noticing the clouds passing you by, and feeling the warmth and the juicy kiss of the sunlight caressing your cheek? Or are you someone like me who can't handle the heat? That's right. I can't handle the heat. I am waiting so eagerly for all of the leaves to turn from green to a crispy, orangish, reddish yellow. I want to feel the chill breeze caress my skin and tickle the hairs on the back of my neck as I walk down Rue Notre Dame, as our French friends happen to say. And what do I want to do? I want to wake up. I want to put on some jogging pants because I don't wear regular pants anymore. And if I did, what purpose would that serve? Am I going to a job? Am I going to an office? I'm certainly not going to a morning date. No, I'll tell you where I'm going. I'm going to the bathroom to take a whiz, to put my jogging pants on, and to put on a nice flannel, colors of which that complement the autumn season. And then I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to put on an Old Navy hoodie. I'm going to strap my fanny pack around my dainty little waist, and I am going to march down the street in search for a warm and welcoming cup of coffee. That's what I'm looking forward to as the summer season comes to a bitter end. But I did enjoy a bit of summer today. Did you enjoy a bit of summer? I hope you did. I'm not going to be here and say, I want to be a well-wisher to the people that are enjoying this heat. I did something that I haven't done in almost one full year. I walked up the mountain today, not by choice. This was thrust upon me. This was a surprise. And now I sit here before you out of shape with sore knees. You know what my big plans are after this show? You know, some of you after this show, you might go to a terrace, a little bit of Friday night action, have yourself a glass of rosé, as the drinkers in the house like to say. Maybe you'll go out for a late night bite, huh? Maybe something greasy. Maybe you'll have yourself some type of calamari with some chicken, a bit of surf and turf. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this computer off. I'm going to march into my bathroom, I'm going to open up the cabinet, and I'm going to pop a couple Motrins because Big Daddy Jim is getting Big Daddy crazy tonight. I might even have 3 Motrins. Take away all that knee pain that I'm experiencing due to Mount Royal, Canada's most dangerous mountain. In talking about danger, we have a very special guest joining us a little bit later on tonight. You know this person. He is what could be one of the most dangerous guests in At Home with James history. Why is he dangerous? Well, it's his occupation. Now, this guy's not out there getting into street fights and fist kerfuffles. No. For a living, one of our guests tonight gets into a big rig, and he drives a big old truck. He drives loads and loads across the dangerous, icy highways, making a grand return later tonight to At Home with James is Randy McWayne, the Ice Road Trucker. But that's not the only thing that makes this son of a gun dangerous, because Randy McWayne, well, he likes to indulge in a bit of a discreet sex act. Now, if you'll remember Randy McWayne's first appearance, this character likes to visit glory holes. Now, when I had this person on for the first time, a couple days after, I was talking to my mother, massive fan of this show. She didn't know what a glory hole was. So not only did Randy McWayne tell everyone about where to find the best glory holes and why he's so frustrated that all the glory holes have been taken up, he's educating people on glory holes. Now, you might be asking yourself, is a glory hole that dangerous? The answer is yes. I don't know firsthand, nor will I ever know. But perhaps Randy McWayne this evening will not only tell us about the dangers of ice road trucking, but he will take us through the dangers and the pitfalls of putting your wiener inside of a mysterious hole to receive some type of sexual pleasure. Now, if you're out there and you're listening, did you like the way that I just pronounced sexual? Did you like that? That's the way that I like to say it. Everyone else is saying sexual. I say sexual. SECKSHUAL. Sexual pleasure. That's what Randy McWayne is going to be talking to us about tonight on At Home with James. Now, if you're out there, don't forget we got another show tomorrow night right here, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/At Home with James. I'll tell you a little bit about that later on. Also later on tonight, the one and the only Steph Mercier Voyer is going to be here to bring us tips, tricks, and the how-tos as it pertains to romance during the times of COVID-19. Of course, I'm talking about COVID-69. Between you and me, last week Steph was here and she brought a series of slides that featured various pictures and types of sausages. That's right. You like the way I pronounce sausages? S-A-U-S-G-E-S. No A after that second S, sausages. She brought a bunch of pictures. And let me tell you something. She told me that I am the male equivalent of a hot dog. Now, if I can be frank with you, I don't know if I have received a bigger compliment since COVID-19 happened. Frankly, I don't know if I've received a bigger compliment since 2020 begun. Now, is that sad? Yes, it is sad. But can't a person feel complimented during these difficult and uncertain times? But let's keep things on track. Tonight, Steph is here to provide us with tips, tricks, and how-tos on what subject, I don't know. She surprises us every week, both in exciting ways and, if your name is James Allen McGee, in unsettling ways. But I was complimented. Guys, I've been talking for almost 15 minutes. That's because we only have 2 guests tonight. What, I can't take up some time in my own GD show? You've had enough, right? I've had enough too. Let us welcome our first guest. As mentioned, he is an ice road trucker, a man who knows a thing or two about living life on the wild side, a man who knows a thing or two about walking on the wild side, a man who knows a thing or two about driving a stick when the roads are slick. Let us welcome legendary ice road trucker and glory hole enthusiast, Randy McWayne.
Hey, James, how's it going?
Randy, it's good to see you again. Is that your big rig in the back there, buddy?
Yep, that's my truck. I live in there. I drive in it. It's my home on wheels.
Well, yeah, it looks like this is a pretty chilly evening. You're not wearing a winter coat or anything, Randy.
No, when you're out on the ice, as long as me, your body gets used to it. You know, I once got trapped in ice water for over 3 days.
You're telling me you fell through ice? What were you doing and surrounded by ice water? A bit of ice fishing?
I was ice fishing. I was ice fishing and ice fighting.
Okay, so I'm unfamiliar. I'm certainly unfamiliar with ice fishing. Can you take us through what goes into ice fighting?
Ice fighting is when you come upon a fishing hole and someone else is there. You got to take care of business.
Okay, so what you're telling me is when there's a hole that somebody else has claimed as their own, you got to fight over the hole.
That's right.
Well, it sounds by the way that you detailed things, you didn't win the fight if you ended up in the drink.
Nope. I got tossed into the hole, and there I stayed 3 days. I thought I was going to die, but I was rescued.
Oh, you were rescued by a passerby or someone else ice fishing?
I was rescued by a polar bear.
Okay, so you were in the Arctic.
Yeah.
Oh, so you make deliveries all the way to the Arctic, Randy?
I'm an ice road trucker. I'm the only one who can get out there.
Okay, fair enough.
Can you know, I've driven a truck on the polar ice caps.
Really? Okay, so
Yeah.
I suppose I need to give you more credit than I previously had not.
And let me say, climate change is real.
Okay, can you detail
because
that a little bit?
Last time I was on an ice cap, my truck melted off, and I went moseying down the river.
Okay, so you floated away on an ice cap in your truck, and where did you end up?
I ended up Yellowknife.
Oh, so you ended up in Canada.
That's right.
Well, from what I understand,
But I didn't have my passport because I got there from Alaska.
Okay. Well, did that pose you any problems, Randy McWayne?
I had to go to the embassy and prove my identity.
Okay, and that went out okay, I suppose?
It was all right. It's a bit of a process, a lot of paperwork, a lot of phone calls, really boring stuff.
It sounds clerical. Well, something that isn't boring is I'm curious to know what are you hauling right now in your ice truck behind you, Randy?
Right now, I'm hauling Evian water.
Okay, so it looks like, of course, that there's a series of what it looks to be 4 tanks at the back of your truck. You're ice road trucking some Evian water, and
Evian water, yeah.
Where's your destination?
Going to
you have a hard time over there, Randy?
Sorry?
Is it you sound your vocabulary feels stunted tonight. I asked you that, you said going to.
I'm sorry, I don't have a high school degree. I'm an ice road trucker. It's a blue collar job, James.
Well, I don't think you need a high school degree to speak.
Oh, now you're judging?
Well, I was curious.
It's just like you East Coast liberals.
So yeah, I'm an East Coast liberal.
Yeah, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Montreal.
Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, but you don't know which way that I lean.
Politically? Oh, come on. Look at you, James.
Okay, well, yeah, tell me. Okay,
skinny man wearing a hat. I've heard of you guys, you hipsters.
Okay, so now I'm an East Coast liberal hipster.
Yeah.
Well, how would you define yourself?
I'm a middle of the road, right-leaning, ice road trucker.
Okay, so you're not totally right. You just happen to, you sound like you're a centrist that leans.
I'm a centrist.
Yep.
Some of my views are right. Some of my views are left.
Yep.
I voted for Dennis Kucinich.
Hold on. You just say Dennis?
Dennis Kucinich.
Right.
And I voted for who else? Howard Dean.
Right. Well, it sounds like none of the people you vote for end up making it past any type of primary.
Well, I mean, that's because America doesn't have its screws on tight enough.
All right. Okay. So, well, now
if you ask me, I'm not a political guy, but I do engage in political speak.
Okay. Yeah. So let's unpack that for a second. You said I'm not a political guy, but you just sung the praises of Dennis Kucinich and Howard.
Kucinich, James.
Excuse me. Kucinich and Howard Dean.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. Whoa. Is that your
Dean
Howard
Green,
Dean impersonation?
Made popular by Howard Dean.
Yeah.
It's what won him the election in my mind.
Okay, so in your mind, Howard Dean became president of the United States.
Yeah, but in my mind.
In your mind. Okay, well, since we're talking, this is a hot button issue. Where do you stand on the use of COVID masks?
What do you mean? Where do I stand on
Yeah,
it?
are you for or against?
Freedom of speech.
Oh, so not wearing the mask or otherwise
Freedom. You could do whatever you want to say. You can say it.
Okay, so that didn't answer my question. I asked you, where do you stand in terms of wearing a COVID mask, and you said freedom of speech. Whatever you want to say, you can say it.
I honestly haven't thought about it too much. Most days I'm on the road all alone. I don't encounter a lot of people
Yeah.
on the ice road, so I'm not in danger of giving or receiving COVID.
Okay, well, let's talk about the idea of giving and receiving, because last time you were here, you were a little disgruntled at the, I suppose I could say, the popularity and the growing popularity of glory holes due to the fact that they were being encouraged to be used in order to prevent the transmission of COVID, specifically in British Columbia.
Yeah, so exactly.
You were
Because of
pissed. You were
COVID.
pissed off.
What?
You were pissed off.
Yeah, I was ticked. Well, all
Yeah.
my favorite holes are all clogged up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go. It's like Disney World now. You got to go. You got to wait in line for like 3 hours to ride the ride.
Yeah, there's no super pass to get to the best glory holes.
Oh, I wish there was a super pass. It's all corporate now. You got your major corporations. They're sponsoring these glorious holes. You got the Coca-Cola hole. You got the Pepsi hole, competitor hole around down the street.
I heard there's going to be an Aerosmith hole.
There is an Aerosmith ride at Disney World.
Well, yeah, so we understand the correlation.
Oh, that's what you're saying?
That's correct.
Yeah, well, I once was at a glory hole, and I'm pretty sure on the other side, Steven Tyler's lips were there.
Now, of course, you were about to say Stephen Hawking's, I suspect.
No, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Yeah, well, I might go back and rewatch this episode to see if you were about to say Stephen Hawking's.
No, the scientist. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Smart guy.
Smart. Okay, so you're into his science, but you.
He did a lot of research on black holes.
Yeah.
And the energy required to leave a black hole's orbit.
Okay, so of course there's a lot of hole talk. You're talking about the black hole, glory holes, and of course an ice fishing hole.
Yeah.
Can you let us know
the band Hole? Yeah, Courtney Love.
Yeah, Courtney Love, of course, and the band Hole. Yeah. Any other holes you like?
A whole lot of pizza.
Yeah, a whole lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Hole in one.
I'm not a golf fan.
James. Okay, my apology. You struck me as a golf fan, Randy.
No. It's a bit too East Coast liberal for me.
All right. What about holy water?
I love God.
Oh, so you're religious. Okay,
I'm a religious man.
You're a religious man. You follow the word of Christ and the word of the Bible?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
How do you
Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost accompany me on all my ice road trucking trips.
Okay, so you say a little bit of a prayer before you get on some icy roads.
You got to. Prayers saved my life.
Well, can you answer me this? Of course, you lean right, and you're a somewhat of a holy man. Do you not feel like you're sinning by partaking in sexual acts in glory holes?
Well, I mean, anytime a Christian sins, he can simply ask for forgiveness, and then he's totally fine. So I make sure I have my priest on speed dial.
Yep.
And after I do the deed in the hole and plant my seed, I call my priest and I say another one, like DJ Khaled. I say that. And
like, you feel like as someone, you mentioned you don't have a high school education and maybe you have difficulties speaking fluidly.
Well, you said that.
No, you said that.
No, you said that.
In any event, it seems like you're fairly current to things going on, except for your politics, where
I have Sirius XM radio in my truck.
Okay, so what are some of your favorite stations?
I like 60s on 6,
sure.
70s on 7.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Joel Osteen Mega Church channel.
Yep.
I like the Martha Stewart Network.
Oh,
because I like to decorate my truck.
Okay, this is something that I wouldn't have taken you for, someone who enjoys the work and the contributions of Martha Stewart.
Well, she's a dangerous lady, you know. She
Oh,
was in prison for a while
this is true for insider
for
trading.
something that I like to say isn't a crime, which is dodging out on your taxes.
I believe she went to prison for insider trading.
Same thing.
That's not the same thing. Those are two different things.
In my book, that's one of those liberal laws.
Yeah. What's the name of your book?
The Good Book. I'm a Christian, James.
Oh, that's okay. So your book is also the nickname of your name. The name of your book is the nickname of the Bible.
Yeah, the Good Book.
All right, the Good Book. Well, okay, so
the Great Book.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Look, I'm not someone who's ever read the Good Book or the Great Book.
James, I hate to tell you, but
yeah,
you might be going to hell.
Well, I suppose if once my time comes to pass, I'll figure that out when I get there.
Hey, you want the name of my priest? You want his number?
No,
you
I'm good.
Call him up before, right when the heart starts to rupture. You call him up. You say, "Hey, Father, forgive me for I have sinned." And that's it. You go straight to heaven. Doesn't matter what you did.
Yeah. Okay. So you do that. So you call your priest and you go to any glory hole you want.
Well, in the opposite order.
Okay. My apologies. Have you found any ways to get around these pesky lines now that these holes have been sponsored by various corporations and classic rock bands?
Well, I started, first I tried to cut in the line, but then I got yelled at, you know.
Yeah, who was people in line yelling at you?
People get very upset when you cut in line. Yeah. Even if you try front C, back C. You ever try that?
No, I'm not even familiar with that.
Well, it's when you're allowed to let somebody in front of you in the line. Right? That's a common. Oh, go in front of me.
Yeah,
take it. Go. I can wait, you know. Mm-hmm. But then you do. Oh, but now go behind me. So you let them in front of me, but then they let you in front of them.
Okay,
that's front seat, back seat.
So that type of courtesy doesn't exist in lines.
Classic elementary school trick, which is the furthest I got in the education system.
So the furthest you went was elementary school.
Yeah.
What grade?
5. So
you what happened?
That's when I got my trucking license, and I said, "This school's not for me."
So you got your trucking license at 10 years old. You sound like some type of prodigy. How old are you now?
I'm 22.
You're 22 years old.
Yeah.
20. So you've been driving truck for 12 years?
Yeah, long time. 12 years.
When was your first glory hole?
Well, you know,
I don't.
I had a couple of fake IDs.
All right. So you're telling me that at an underage, you visited a glory hole with
well, I'm not telling you. I'm suggesting that maybe.
Okay.
I don't want to get you in trouble, James.
I don't think I'm the one who's going to get in trouble. I think if anyone's going to get in trouble, it might be either you with your hilarious fake. Who are you showing the ID to?
The bouncer.
Oh, okay. I see. Now this is because I'm not familiar with the culture of glory holes. I wasn't aware that they had a bouncer.
I mean, some do. The more reputable ones do.
The more reputable ones. Okay, yeah. So you were able to finagle your way past bouncers at a young age.
Well, I don't know. Finagle. I would creep, wiggle, sneak, finagle. I don't know about that.
You're 22 years old?
22, yeah.
I would not have given you a day under 46.
Well, life is tough when you're driving the ice truck. You age extra fast.
Well, hold on. Can you get a little bit closer to the camera there, Randy? You just give me a little bit closer. Now, Randy, that's a fake mustache, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, come a little closer. Yeah, that's a classic
Look at
drawn
those
on.
sideburns.
Yeah. Can you bring the sideburns a little bit closer? It looks like some type of feathery earring.
No, it's a man's sideburn.
Yeah, Randy. I think. Look, if you notice, our mustaches have very different consistencies. Correct?
Me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a
and,
man's mustache.
Oh, and what is this?
I don't know, liberal
Yeah.
East Coast sort of hipster facial hair.
Yeah. And how would you define yours? If mine is a liberal East Coast hipster facial hair, how would you define?
Mine's a conservative,
you're
works for a
conservative?
living.
Wait, I thought you were right leaning. Now you're conservative? Everything changed.
Right leaning, works for a living, guns rights, mustache.
Okay, so you are for guns rights.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to. Are you a card carrying member of the NRA?
I'm not a card carrying member, James. No.
Why is that?
Well, I don't like Maria Butina.
And who is that?
She's a Russian spy.
As a liberal East Coaster, I'm not familiar with who that is.
Well, she's sort of she's a Russian lady, infiltrated the NRA, siphoned out a lot of the money from an otherwise noble cause into the pockets of Vladimir Putin.
Okay, I understand. Okay,
do you watch the news?
No, I watch local news.
Wow. You got to catch up with the world news.
Yeah, I guess I need to catch up with
not the media bubble with what do you watch? Montreal CNN.
Montreal CNN. Well, I would say that
CNN.
I usually watch CTV Montreal.
Oh yeah, C.
Well, someone in the chat right now is wondering what type of podcasts you listen to on the road. What are you listening to, Randy?
Podcasts?
Yeah.
I listen to Tucker Carlson, you know.
I wasn't familiar he had a podcast.
Oh, it's great. It's not new. It's not news events. It's his own personal workout routine.
Oh, so Tucker Carlson's podcast
he podcasts while he works out.
Okay, so he does he talk about working out?
Yeah, he says, I'm lifting a weight, I'm lifting another weight, and I'm resting. 1, 2, 3. Lifting a weight. I don't want a copyright infringement.
Yeah, let's put a pause there. I hope that answers your question in the chat, One Busy Lizard. Well, Randy McWayne, before we call it an evening, is there anything you want to say to our loyal viewers out there in Twitch land? Of course, this is your first ever appearance on this show since we made the glorious jump from Instagram Live, of course, to Twitch.
Yeah, sure. Look, if you're looking for a glory hole and all of them are full, you don't have to go to big glory hole to get some glory hole time. You know, start an independent one. There's a lot of, and even in small towns, a lot of people are looking to get into the glory hole scene. Just grab a screwdriver and a drill, make your own hole, start your own scene.
You say start your own scene?
Your own scene, yeah.
Yeah, this sounds like the shopping local of glory holes.
What is shopping local?
Well, that's where you give your business to more local merchants. So instead of maybe going to a big box store, chain grocery store, you're going to a more mom and pop style store.
Yeah, like buy local.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I said, are you not familiar with the word shop?
What?
Yeah, the word shop. Did you not learn that word? I know that you ceased going to school in grade 5.
I've never heard. I don't know what those that sort of mix of vowels means.
Well, it's the more or less it means the exchanging of goods and services for money at an establishment that provides goods and services.
Like buying.
It's like buying, yeah. Buying and shopping is kind of a synonym.
I don't know. That sounds like I hate to say it, an East Coast liberal
Yeah,
term.
It's more of an East Coast liberal hipster thing. Well, Randy McWayne, thanks so much for being here tonight, and I hope that your Evian water delivery goes well, and I hope you're able to stay warm.
I got to bottle this stuff when I get there.
Wait, you're responsible for bottling the water?
Yeah.
Was there a little nozzle on the side of the truck where you open it up and you're individually bottling?
I got a pitcher. I dunk it in, scoop it in the bottle.
So you climb to the top of the rig in the four.
Yeah, like a submarine.
Tank, and you've got a pitcher, one that you'd have some type of summer event or a.
Well, I have a ladle also. Sometimes I use the ladle.
So you take the ladle and you scoop up the water and you pour it into the pitcher and then pour from the pitcher into the bottle?
Yeah. How would you do it since you're so smart and you went to high school?
Well, I never claimed to be an expert in bottling water.
Well, then maybe you should
know your
role and shut your mouth.
Yeah, okay, now you're quoting The Rock.
Who?
How do you lock the seal of the cap?
What?
How do you lock the seal on the cap?
Got a little lighter. Hold on, let me see if I can find
it.
I don't have it on me.
Okay, so
it must be in my truck.
If I'm understanding correctly, you climb to the top of your rig with a ladle. At times, you will scoop up some water, pour it into a pitcher. From the pitcher, you pour it into individual bottles of Evian. You take the cap, you tighten it, and then you circulate a lighter around the cap to tighten the seal.
Yeah, takes me like a month through the whole truck.
Okay, so about a week per tank.
It's good math, James.
Thanks, I'm learning.
Although some months have 5 weeks.
Okay, some months have 5 weeks.
Even I know that.
Yeah, November.
Yeah, my birthday month.
Oh, yeah, so you're turning 23.
Yeah.
Can I get that mustache one more time?
Sure.
All right, Randy. Well, thanks so much for being here tonight, and I hope to hear back from you in about a month. Let us know how the transferring of the water goes.
You got it.
Thanks, Randy.
Adios.
That was Randy McWayne, Ice Road trucker, water delivery boy, 22-year-old going on 23, and glory hole enthusiast / life hacker. Now, I've got a life hack for you. Remember when Saturdays used to be fun? Huh? Remember when you might put on your best leather jacket and head on down to Saint Denis and visit Bistro at Jojo? Remember those days? Remember when you might walk down Montreal's famous Maine and have a smoked meat sandwich and then hop on into Tokyo for a night of dancing? Remember when you might celebrate your wedding anniversary in the old port of Montreal by eating a lavish dinner and then taking a trip down by the water and then saying, hey, why don't we get into the Ferris wheel and make out? Remember when that used to be your Saturday? I've got a life hack for you because that can't be your Saturday anymore. I want you to spend your Saturday with me. I want you to imagine that I am your Saturday date. Call me your Saturday, if you will. Tomorrow night, right here, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your mom, dad, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy, auntie, uncle. Tell your best friend. Tell your worst enemy to tune in tomorrow night. Why? I am 99% certain that I've made contact with the captain, Dimitri Kirez, and he will be here live from his pirate captor's boat. That's right. If you weren't here last week, you might not know that Dimitri, atop his booze cruise, was captured by a pirate who goes by the name of Pirate. In addition to this, Vancouver's very own comedian, improviser, voiceover artist, Raquel Belmonte is going to be here tomorrow night, and she will be bringing us some pop culture. Because you and I both know, I don't know what pop culture is. I just found out about this WAP song, and I don't even feel comfortable saying that. I'm not sure I'm saying it right. Somebody sent me the video, and boy, let me tell you, I turned this thing on, and you could have knocked me over with a feather. You could have knocked me over with a feather. There's no one in my age gap that talks like that. This song was so salacious, which is a perfect segue to what we are about to experience. If you are a first-time viewer to At Home with James, our upcoming guest is here every Friday to let us know how we can keep our love life sizzling during a global pandemic. So without any further ado, join me in welcoming the one and the only Steph Mercier Voyer to At Home with James.
Can I dance for you? stomach, butterflies in my chest.
I am not sure that I've ever heard that song play up to that point. And I also say that song might have the worst lyrics of any supposed sexy song I've ever heard. Tonight, I really listened to them. Can I dance for you? Wouldn't that be cool?
I think that's perfect for this show, honestly.
Can you expand on that?
Because I feel like I'm asking for your consent
Mm,
to dance
okay.
for you, but
It's
I'm already doing it though.
Yeah. It's like I've always looked at it as if you were dancing at me.
Right. What was the thing? It was the Furby that was talking dirty at you.
Yeah, during the evening in which you used
Childhood.
various toys from the 90s and finding ways in which you could convert them into sex devices. That's what I call them, sex devices.
No one can say I don't have a fertile imagination.
That you know what? I would agree with that, Steph. I
Right.
think that you do have a fertile imagination. We've been through a lot on this show, haven't we?
Are you getting a little sentimental right now?
I think I might, you know what? I think I might be getting sentimental. I mentioned it off the top of the show, Steph, but I have to thank you for that very kind Photoshop you did last week in which you equated me to the everyday hot dog. Thank you.
You're welcome. Once again, I just wanted to remind you that this is COVID-69. So for me, it's all business. And I know you're obsessed with me, and I just don't want that to come into this because this is really work for me and it's important.
I think your choice of words that I'm obsessed with.
Let's not get caught up into this. I have like a big segment tonight, and I don't want to take up any more time with you talking about your feelings about me. If that's okay with you. I don't want to feel uncomfortable.
It is more than okay with me.
Okay. Well, so tonight, a lot of us have had to pivot during COVID. And I used to be, I guess, a writer or a content person before. And, this has brought up a lot of new opportunities for me. And I've just had the chance to collaborate with some great business people to launch my own line of sex-friendly, sex-positive products.
Okay, so you're coming out with a line of, I guess, what I would call sex devices. Which I think is a pretty sexy term.
I feel like sex devices sounds more like sex toys. Mine are more like sex accessories. Things to enhance the sexual experience without being sex toys. Because everyone does sex toys these days, and I just want to make everything else around sex feel more pleasant and especially more safe during these unprecedented times.
Yes, and I think, may I say, that is a very thoughtful approach.
Thank you, but once again, you sound a little obsessed with me right now, and
No,
watch your
no,
tone.
I'm not obsessed.
Okay, should we start?
I would love nothing more.
Okay, so alcohol is called the social lubricant. And I thought, wow, what a great way if you have a date over to your house to start the date by making them a cocktail. People, unlike you, love alcohol. And I thought you need to make sure that the person is clean outside, but also inside. So what I like to do is I'm launching my own brand of bleach for drinking.
Okay, so you're making a digestible bleach.
Digestible is not exactly the word that I would use, but it's bleach that you mix in a cocktail. And so my cocktail of choice is a grapefruit LaCroix with
a LaCroix.
La Croix.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just in the United States a few months ago, and they call it LaCroix there. I'm just really worldly, so
This is
I
true.
apologize. Yeah, so basically, the way you want to mix bleach into your cocktails is you want to treat it like gin. So what I like to do is I do about 3 ice cubes, then 2 ounces of bleach,
Mm-hmm.
and then a dash of LaCroix. And then if you feel fancy, you can either squeeze a lime in there. Tonight I didn't have any lime, so I'm drinking straight bleach with LaCroix.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I feel clean.
Okay, so yeah, your concoction, your cocktail, so to speak, is part of your safe sex and sex-friendly sex accessories, is a combination of gin, grapefruit La Croix.
No, there's no gin.
Oh, there is no gin. Okay, so it's just grapefruit La Croix and bleach and ice cubes. Okay, this one's gonna be a pass for me.
Well, I know you don't drink, but it's alcohol free, so it's probably actually really good for you, James.
Well, I'm a little concerned about drinking bleach, even if it's cut with grapefruit soda water.
Okay, well, agree to disagree on that
Sure.
one.
Sure. Okay. I agree to disagree.
I mean, there's a few different things. Like, you can either ask your partner to get tested for COVID, but that's an awkward conversation to have on a first date. So I just get them to drink bleach.
Okay, well, that's something.
And that kills COVID usually.
Oh.
And then, okay, so after that, if you want to get close to your partner, because at this point I recommend that you are still social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know their status. Then you want to find a way, if you want to get close to them, to disinfect them.
Okay.
So I come up with, I'm so sorry, I'm still working on the packaging, so I don't have all the branding ready. So I'm just going to show you the separate ingredients. But hopefully I have the packaging ready by next week and I can show you. So I have made a massage oil.
Oh.
It's a blend of sweet almond oil
Mm-hmm.
and a jug of disinfecting alcohol. So it's a 80-20 mix.
Okay.
Alcohol and 20% almond oil. And you want to make sure you rub it into your partner's skin for at least 20 seconds before you start anything else.
Okay, so what you're saying is have your date over, your romantic interest, have a couple cocktails, of course, La Croix, bleach, and maybe gin. That's up to the person drinking.
Yeah, totally. I don't know that I would recommend to put gin in it. It sounds a little unhealthy.
Okay, yeah. We wouldn't want it to get unhealthy.
Yeah, no. I think also, yeah, I think especially if you're on a diet, I would highly recommend just sticking to bleach and LaCroix.
Got it. Okay. And then give your partner a little bit of a rub down.
I don't like the way you say that. Again, you sound a little obsessed with me, but
what?
That's okay. So yeah, so now you've disinfected your partner's insides and outsides. And now, do you know what's next?
I'm concerned.
Okay, well, so it's not necessarily in order. So I'm gonna go with just straight up like products first, and then I'm gonna go with accessories. But what's next is coitus, James.
Mm-hmm.
You should know that. You're getting a nice rub down, as you said.
Yes.
And when you rub down, you want to rub one out too. So.
Oh, okay.
And for lube here, I have. What do they do? Oh, they do this. In like products.
So this is antibacterial gel.
Yeah, so it's disinfectant gel. It's gonna burn at first, but in my book, it only makes things a little hotter if it burns.
Yes, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
So you're gonna want to spritz a couple spritz in your hand, and then rub it on your partner's genitals.
Right.
And then you're good to go. You can
Okay, so folks, you heard it here first. Quote, you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go. And you might feel really uncomfortable and you might feel like you want to go to the hospital. But trust me, it works.
All right. Well, this one might be another agree to disagree.
Okay, well, James, again, I am not suggesting we do this together, but you seem really...
No, I'm not suggesting that either. This is mostly for the viewers.
Okay, agree to disagree on that one too, I guess. Oh. Right, okay, next up, I have a series of accessories, clothes, and really things to spice things up in the bedroom and make you feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
While you have sex during a global pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Complete stranger. Or with someone named James.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not for me, though. I'm not interested.
Or me.
You're not interested in having sex with yourself? Well, okay. We'll talk about that in a few seconds.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree.
So latex gloves, my signature black latex gloves.
Yep.
You've seen them on my Instagram for about 2 years now. I don't know. I've been really ahead of the curve on this one, and who knew people would be trying to find gloves everywhere now. So these are nice. They're stretchy, and they allow you to feel safe touching another person without feeling like you might be infected.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you brought up masturbating and having sex with yourself, because I was just going to say for you, James, it's perfect because it kind of helps you mimic that feeling, like the thing that you love doing, sitting on your hands and then letting them go numb so that you can jerk off and feel like it's someone else jerking you off. Well, with that, it kind of feels like someone else is jerking you off because you're wearing gloves and it doesn't feel like your hands. So you're kind of skipping that whole part where you have to sit on your hands for 5 minutes. It's a real time saver. So that's really good for you. Next up,
like, be mean to James night all over again.
I don't think I'm being mean. I'm just offering you helpful tips.
Let's move on to the next item.
Okay, so the next item is a set of goggles. So if you're planning on having your partner come in your face or in your eyes, you're going to want to protect your eyes. Although studies have shown that semen does not transmit COVID, I think it's always good to protect your eyes from any fluid entering there. Or if they want to spit in your face, then you're protected.
They want to spit in your face?
I don't know why that's the weird part for you.
Me neither.
Okay, so goggles for cum shots or spit. Gloves for masturbating, feeling like you're not alone in your apartment all the time, James. So take note. Okay, next up. I don't know which one I want to do first. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one for after because it's going to be difficult for me to do things. Next up, it's so funny that you had the lovely gentleman who drives across the ice roads trying to fuck walls.
Yeah, Randy McWayne.
Because I actually have the perfect accessory for this. It's part of my new line of travel sex items, and it's a portable glory hole. So it folds up really nicely. Hold on. It folds up like it's really easy.
Okay.
So it's easy to put in a suitcase or in a bag. And then you can, I don't know.
Whoa, hey, look at that.
Wait, Randy McWayne, you're back?
Yeah, I heard glory hole. How's it going?
I'm good. I was just showing this thing, and I think you could really use it. I took a full shot of myself, but let's just picture this.
Yeah.
This is in my mouth. You can put it here, and you can just have sex through this with a bunch of random people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's a good demonstration. You know, I used to sit, there was a a version of Dragon's Den that was dedicated to glory holes, where people would pitch me a variety of glory hole products for investment.
Wait.
So I'm used to this kind of thing.
Wait, there was a glory hole version of Dragon's Den?
Yeah, it was called Dragon's Lair.
Oh, Dragon's Lair, a show where were you the only person on the how'd you get back here, Randy?
What?
How'd you get back here? You just heard glory hole?
Via satellite.
The possibility to hack into the show.
Yeah, oh yeah, apparently, yeah, the power not only is exclusive to you, Steph, but it extends to others. Well, now that you're here, Randy McWayne, I like that this item has made your list of things to invest in.
Yeah.
Would you invest in my product?
Well, what's your business model?
So this is just a prototype. The real version would be made out of a cloth washable rubber.
Yeah.
So it's easy to clean. It doesn't leave any stains, which is very important in that business.
That's smart.
And it supports like alcohol cleaners.
That's good.
And it folds up like a yoga mat, and it kind of looks like a yoga mat folded, like a travel yoga mat, so that no one that you're traveling with or your wife or partner doesn't know that you're just traveling around with a portable glory hole. So it's very discreet.
That's perfect.
It's in a bright hot pink.
Yeah. Well, what are your sales numbers like so far?
So far, I cut out this thing earlier from a bag I had in my house.
Okay.
I haven't made any sales yet, but
so
I see the market.
Yeah, it's a new product,
Yeah.
Innovative,
Yeah.
Innovative?
Innovative. Yeah.
Yeah. Innovative.
Yes, Randy's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Normally it's me and a couple of the other dragons. Kevin O'Leary is here. And,
Wait, he's on both? He's on Dragon's Den and Dragon's Lair?
And Shark Tank in the States, too.
Yeah, the holy trinity of the
holy trinity of
show.
dens, lairs, and tanks. But I'm going to invest.
Wait, you're in?
I'm in, yeah.
Okay, so what's your offer?
Oh, right. I'm going to give you $500,000 for 25% with the first number of sales I recoup my investment.
That sounds great. Do you want to shake hands on this deal?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me, I normally shake hands through a hole, but, put it in there. All right, let me do this.
This is truly the
through the internet.
Yeah, what an innovative handshake.
Awesome.
It's great for fisting too. If you want to fist with a partner, Randy, maybe I have to look at the numbers again because now it's also for fisting.
Funny story. I was in Yellowknife. And, one of a glory hole had to be put out of order temporarily because someone got their fist caught in the hole.
And you hate to see that.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. So they had to call in the plumber.
You know what, Randy? I have a great product. I think my massage oil with antiseptic in it is perfect for incidents like that. It might burn a little at first. But if it's your fist, actually it shouldn't burn unless you have like some really deep cuts on your
I have cuts all over my knuckles.
Okay, well, it might hurt a little at first, but let me tell you, in 3 seconds, you'll be out of that hole.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to invest in that too.
Well, I'd hate to interject in this moment on At Home with James. Steph, do you have any other items?
I'm in the middle of a deal here.
I am not done.
Yeah.
Okay, so Randy, do you want to stick around for this? Maybe you want to invest in more things.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so next up, actually, this isn't a new product. It's more of a way to use it, but I'm working on a way to make it 2-in-1 so that you don't have to get two products. So, COVID spreads through air particles. So a way to avoid that and also to really for people who like to get kinky. I know, James, you're into autoerotic asphyxiation, but some people...
No, I'm also into autoerotic asphyxiation.
So great, Randy. So you're a perfect investor for this product.
Yeah, he is the perfect investor.
What?
He is the perfect investor. I'm already, because of what I've understood based on this product, because of this, I'm out.
Well, James, I know you will like this because that's totally what you're into. But except like this one is meant to be used with another person because it protects you from COVID. And when you're just cutting your airways to jerk off with gloves on by yourself, this isn't, maybe you don't need to use an N95 mask.
I don't need to use any of this.
So
this would have saved David Carradine's life.
Also, Michael Hutchins.
Yeah.
So this product is not just one, but I'm just going to turn down the light so you can see it. It's not just one, but it's actually 2 N95 masks. One on top of the other, so that you really can't breathe. And that will send your genitals to the moon with some fantastical orgasms.
To the moon!
To the moon. Right now, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can barely breathe, and I'm already aroused just by the lack of oxygen that's making it to my lungs.
Well, Randy, what do you think about this item?
Well, I have a question here. I've heard double bagging it could tear one of the layers of protection. And for that reason, I'm out.
No, Randy. I have something else.
Oh, well, perfect.
Yeah, I'm starting to like you a little bit more, Randy.
Give me a little second.
Okay.
So for those
Should we kill some time, James?
The accessory comes with an extra plastic bag.
Oh, mamma mia, pizzeria.
So this is more of a classic way to attain orgasm through not breathing. But if you're still worried about getting COVID after you've bleached the inside of your partner and rubbed alcohol all over your partner, I have one last item. It's a full suit.
Okay.
Getting a little Dexter in here.
And it actually comes with a hood.
Oh. Now this I like.
So this way you're like fully protected, and then you can use the glory hole over it.
Nice.
And I think that's how you have sex during COVID.
And I wouldn't be able to tell who you were. And one of the most important aspects of glory hold'em is remaining anonymous.
See?
One of the most important aspects of glory hold'em is remaining anonymous.
So it sounds like this product hits on a lot of cylinders because you're able
on a lot of cylinders, yeah.
Not only are you able to be safe, you're able to maintain some form of anonymity along the way of this excursion.
Yeah. And it also looks like you could keep bees.
I can also, I wanted to say, it's also a bee suit. So it doubles as a bee suit, but also I have a really hard time breathing right now, which makes me think I might orgasm at any moment now. But Randy, do you think we have a deal?
Yeah. Deal. Or no deal. Deal.
Well, it sounds like and now the prototype of this glory hole has been destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
Does that affect your decision, Randy, knowing that this prototype is faulty?
It's a prototype, you know. I expect when you get a couple more scientists in the lab with a solid prototype, you can pick the right materials. You'll be able to make something nice.
Well, Steph, it looks like this has turned out to be a fruitful appearance on this show because you've managed to sell your products in the prototype phase. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, you sound a little obsessed with me in the way you're congratulating me.
No.
This is clearly business. I've just made a business deal, James. This isn't about you.
Well, I'm glad. Well, no, it is. I'm glad I could facilitate it on At Home with James, the show that I invented.
Anyway, Steph, you can email my assistant and
What's the email?
she'll send you the contract.
Now, what's
and
your
we can order
assistant's
something out.
email, Randy?
It's bigtruck@gmail.com. My assistant's my truck.
Okay, so okay, yeah. Well, look, Steph, thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a nice weekend. Randy, good luck with, once again, the water transferring.
Thank you. Yeah, I got to get pouring. Ladling,
All right.
pouring.
Yep.
Lighting.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Well, folks, we have reached 6 minutes after 10 o'clock. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, seemingly every other night of At Home with James turns into the, hey, let's whip out our wieners and pee all over James. Let's drop trow and drop a deuce all over James. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sign off in just a matter of moments. I might make myself a cup of tea. I'm going to lay on the couch. Wish I had some cookies. I'm going to look out the window. Think about how I've had one hug in 6 months that came from my barber. That's what I'm going to think about tonight. And I hope you think about joining us tomorrow night for our final episode of our broadcast week. Once again, 9:00 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/athomewithjames. And if you're going out tonight, hey, be safe. Maybe wear some gloves or a beekeeper suit. Or if the mood strikes, drink some bleach. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well.